Good afternoon once again. Today is 27th of March, Friday afternoon, and you're back on Magenta Trade, the watch list. Thanks a lot for joining in once again. Let's look at the markets. Dow is up by more than 351 points today, and S&P 500 up by 72 points. NASDAQ is currently up by 310 points, 2.65%. Thanks a lot once again for joining in Magenta Trade, the watch list, your daily program, a YouTube live where we discuss about the different stocks that we have been monitoring over some time now. We explain in simple terms how you can participate in the world leading companies with a fraction of the amount that you need as normal investment. In the vast ocean of stock market, there are plenty of opportunities to gain from the movement of share prices every day, but you need to be careful because the market is unpredictable, volatile, and sometimes complex to understand. In order to be successful, you need a disciplined, rule-based approach developed over a long period of experience in the market and focused on building a long-term portfolio to protect your hard-earned money. Okay, let's get started. But first, let's have a look at our disclosures, which I bound to show it to you. And while I'm doing that, I'll just share my screen so that you can see it. Just give me a second. Hopefully you can see my screen now. Okay. So at Magenta Trade, whatever we discussed are just for educational and information purposes only. We are not really investment advisors, and you should consult a financial advisor before making any investments. Options trading involve exceptional gains, but at the same time, they pose inherent risks. Past results are no guarantee of future gains. For more disclosures, you can visit our website, www.magentatrade.com. Now, a few words about myself. I have been actively trading for the last 15 years, and I have turned my personal trading experience and passion into professional coaching. And recently, we have formed the company Magenta Trade to share with you my strategies of success in trading using simple terms and techniques. My favorite areas of coaching are trade management and money management. I'm specifically enthused about the option trading strategies, which I help, which I understand help you build a steady and reliable retirement income stream. As a coach, I focus on daily routine, follow simple rule-based strategy, use simple tools to enter and exit the trades, and manage your positions in 15-20 minutes every day. Okay, let's look at some of the earnings numbers first to get started with today's show mostly. And the first one in the list is probably Workday. Workday announced their first quarter April 2022 earnings results yesterday, and with 83 cents per share on a revenue of $1.4 billion, whereas the expectation was about 86 cents per share with a revenue of same $1.4 billion. However, the forecast doesn't look good, and hence the stock is currently down by 7%. Revenue grew 22.1% year-on-year basis. Workday is a provider of enterprise cloud-based applications for human capital management, payroll, financial management, time tracking, procurement, and employee expense management. Personally, I like the company very much. They had a tremendous growth in terms of the application in enterprise cloud-based application area. There have been very few players there who have been successful, and for the last few years, Workday has been tremendously successful as such. If you look at their overall earnings, there have been massive growth actually. As in the first quarter, total revenue were $1.43 billion, up 22.1% year-on-year. Subscription revenue was $1.27 billion, up 23.2% year-on-year. And 24-month subscription revenue backlog of $7.97 billion, up 20% year-on-year. Total subscription revenue backlog of $12.65 billion. So that is something they have secured as as a subscription amount, but could not have been booked as a revenue because they are treated as a deferred revenue. So that's what I understand of this amount. The subscribers pay the amount in full in advance, and but because the company is going to provide the services in the next 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, those revenues are not booked into their books, so they are as a liability currently. And so that is massive, $12.65 billion, the income they have already received in advance. So that's the cash probably they have received in advance. So that is something massive, I would say. Okay. However, the company is heavily investing in the new technology, so obviously there are some losses. Operating loss was $72.8 million, or negative 5.1% of revenues, compared to an operating loss of $38.3 million, or negative 3.3% of revenues in the same period last year. Obviously, the last year was a little bit, dull. Okay, now in terms of other highlights, Workday, they are trying to hire 1,000 new jobs at its European headquarters in Dublin over the next 2 years. Workday completed the issuance and sale of $3.3 billion aggregate principal amount of senior notes in an underwritten registered public offering. In terms of other financial details, let's quickly have some more numbers. They have got cash and cash equivalents of $2.776 billion, as against $1.534 billion earlier in the as of 31st of January 2022. So just 3 months back. In terms of let's say other numbers, their net income was $102 million, as against $46 million of loss a year ago. And the main reason for the loss, as I can see, is their product development cost, which was $441 million earlier in the 1 year ago, and currently it's $541 million, a significant 25% increase on that. In terms of sales and marketing, it was $326 million a year ago, and currently it's $429 million. So that's a jump of 33% overall. So those were the key expenses that have increased. Of course, product development helps you to build a better product, and marketing cost gets you new subscriptions. So that's all about it. And personally, I look at it in a very positive angle. I personally know this particular application, which is in great demand in the industry. So there must be some good things happening. Let me see some other numbers, whether I can find in this report. Otherwise, I'll go back to their other report from the company website and give you some more details in the coming days. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. We cannot spend too much time on this again. Big Lots. Big Lots reported their first quarter 2022 loss of 39 cents per share on revenue of $1.4 billion, whereas the expectation was 89 cents per share on revenue of $1.5 billion. The stock is currently down by more than 10%. And revenue fell 15.4% compared to the same quarter a year ago. Big Lots Incorporated operates as a broad line closeout retailer in the United States. It offers products under the 6 merchandising categories: food, consumables, soft home, hard home, furniture and home decor, seasonal, and electronics and accessories. Okay, in terms of some of the numbers, 3-year comparable sales growth of 2% with significant slowdown in April. 3 years comparables for May to date running up mid-teens as a promotions drive compelling value proposition. The company remains confident in long-term value creation opportunity as it helps customers live big and save lots. Okay, some other numbers. Net sales for the first quarter of fiscal 2022 total $1.37 billion, a 15.4% decrease compared to $1.63 billion for the same period last year. Inventory ended for the first quarter of fiscal 2022 at $1.338 billion. The company has $159 million remaining under its December 2021 $250 million authorization. Okay, let's get some other details in case I am able to. Okay, the company also announced a separate in a separate press release on the 24th of May to declare a quarterly cash dividend of 30 cents per common share. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is PDD Pinduoduo Incorporated ADR. They reported their first quarter March 2022 earnings of 30 cents per share with a revenue of $3.8 billion. The stock is currently up by 10% on that news, because the expectation was 27 cents per share on a revenue of $3.5 billion. Revenue grew more than 10% year-on-year basis. And average active monthly users in the quarter was 751.3 million, an increase of 4% from 724.6 million in the same quarter 2021. Okay, active buyers in the 12-month period ended 31st March 2022 was 881.9 million as against 823.8 million in the 12-month period ended in 2021, which is an increase of 7%. Okay. Pinduoduo is a mobile-only marketplace that connects millions of agricultural producers with consumers across China. Revenues from transaction services were RMB 5.59 billion, which is 882 million US dollars. Okay, let's have a quick look at some other stocks which are making a news today. I'll switch off my video at this stage so that I can show you some of the charts. And before that, let's have a look at the index. S&P 500, as you can see, has broken out from the previous bearish channel. We discussed that yesterday and day before yesterday as it was happening. So that's what I mentioned, that in case it is able to break out from like today's on Friday's trade, if the breakout is it results in a higher high and higher low from the Thursday's pricing, then probably we can consider that it's a definite breakout. So we needed a confirmation, and that confirmation has happened. So there is some positive sentiment in the market, and it has led to positive growth in the S&P 500. In fact, all the indices have the same pattern. In case of, you can say, NASDAQ as well, which is currently up by more than 300 points. The same pattern has evolved It has broken out from the bearish channel. In case of NASDAQ, also it has broken from the 30 days weighted moving average, and it is catching up with the previous major support level that we had, 12,397. Similarly, Dow is up by more than 356 points, and it has also continued in the same pattern, broken the previous bearish channel trend line there, and definitely there is a confirmation in terms of the positive growth. So this was probably the longest period of negative weeks for Dow that has ended with this particular streak, this particular price hike. Okay, let's look at some other numbers then. VIX volatility index is down by 6% today, and gold is up by 0.17%, silver is up by 0.43%, oil is up by 0.66%, and Bitcoin is down by 2.7%, Ethereum is down by 3.8%. In terms of dollar index, it is down by, it's more or less flat. That's fine. Okay, now let's look at some of the individual stocks which are in news. Novavax, which got a government approval for some $158 million worth of order. So that stock has increased by more than 18% today. I'll come back to that particular stock for a trade opportunity. But that's where the stock is currently, 55.84, up by 18% today, based on that news. Some other stocks is Ulta Beauty. Let's have a look at that stock. That stock is currently also more than up by more than 10%, following better than quarterly results. Better than expected quarterly results. So they reported earnings per share of $6.28 as against expectation of $4.46. Revenue was reported at $2.346 billion, which is 10% better than expectations. So currently the stock is up by more than 10% as against yesterday's close. And if you look at the volume is also significant. 2.08 million shares have been exchanged. The earnings have been consistently increasing. So that's a very positive, you can say, news. In the last 1 year, the stock has increased by 20.67%. Year to date, it has increased by 1.07%. Technical analysis says it's a buy. So actually, I will include it in our watch list. Okay, so let me add that to our watch list. I'd like to add some more stocks to our watch list today. So Ulta Beauty, today is 27th of May. I'll add that to our watch list. And the next one, probably I'd like to review today, is American Eagle. Okay, so they also reported their earnings. Earnings per share was 16 cents per share as against expectation of 25 cents per share. And the revenue also was a bit less than expected at $1.05 billion as against $1.14 billion. The stock is down by 5.56%. So that is continuing its downward slide as well because of the result. Now, in terms of other stock, which is Autodesk. Autodesk is up by 8% today, and they also reported their earnings of $1.43 as against $1.36 in the quarter ending April 2022. The revenue was $1.17 billion as against expectation of $1.148 billion. Okay, so that Autodesk, and the volume is also quite good, 1.846 million. Sorry, yeah, 1.846 million shares have been transacted today, as against average of 10 days average of 1.991 million shares. Autodesk, probably I should add that to my list as well. ADSK. I did a lot of trading on that in the last year and the previous year. This year I have not done much on that. And it has broken through the 50 days moving average, which is great as well. It has broken through that trend. If you follow the trend line, probably here, definitely it has broken the trend line from here. And also it has broken the 50 days exponential moving average. Let's see if we can find a trading opportunity there. Somewhere between maybe 180, 185. Let's have a look at the trading opportunity. I go to the option chain, ADSK. I'm not sure exactly. I'll just clear all legs there. ADSK. So because it's a bullish move and the market is also recovering from the bottom, so we'll take a bullish position here. Let's see what's happening. Let me close this. It's not working properly, the option chain. So I'll go back to the screen here. New window, option chain. Right. ADSK. Currently, the stock is at $208, up by 8.8%. I'm not sure why it's not working properly. Let me close that altogether. I think I need to open that trading window once again. So I'll come back to that. Okay. Just give me a second to restart it. Just give me a second so that when, I'm trying to restart it. Meanwhile, let's go back to our list of review. Another share. What happened? Okay. Okay. Another share got my attention was Red Robin. Red Robin gourmet burgers. Sorry. So that stock also is rising at the rate of 23% today, and their earnings, they reported 12 cents of loss as against expectation of 73 cents loss per share. So currently the stock is at $10.60. And in terms of other numbers, their revenue was $395 million as against expectation of $381 million. So that's Red Robin. Now let's look at another one is Marvell Technology. MRVL. That stock is up by 6.8% today after their positive earnings of 52 cents per share and with a revenue of $1.447 billion. So the stock is up by 6.8%. It's also beating its 50 days exponential moving average. So that has also broken the can say trend line there. Maybe this one. This is where the trend was broken. Let's say this one. Okay, so yeah, definitely it is. The trend is broken. Workday we already discussed. Okay, now let's go back to the trading opportunity there. Which we were discussing. Right. So go back to the option chain. And we were discussing about Autodesk, right? ADSK. Now ADSK current price is 208.69, up by, the stock is up by 8.9% currently. So if we have to find a trading opportunity there, let's first look at the chart once again. ADSK. Okay. So maybe we can sell a put option here at somewhere around maybe 185, which is today's low. $185. Let's say if we sell 185, and we are talking about June 17 at this stage. From next week, maybe we will take a position a little bit later. But today, it's June 17. So if we sell 185 put option and buy 180 put option, we can probably get 55 cents at this moment, which is all right because we are looking for minimum 50 cents as a benchmark. So 185, 180, 55 cents. Let's place an order, and there's minimum margin impact there. So let me quickly put that in my personal trading diary as well. ADSK, sell to open of 185 put, June 17, buy to open 180 put, June 17 at the rate of how much did we try? 55 cents. 55 cents. The order has not yet gone through, but we are trying for 55 cents, right? 0.58 cents credit. Okay. Let me see if I need to change it a little bit. It says 50 cents. Let's say 53 cents. I update it. This is not yet gone through. We'll see. Okay. Then the next one, probably I want to show you, is another one as Novavax. Novavax. So Novavax, as I discussed, it's up by 18%. But if we look at the chart, because it has just come out of the bottom there, maybe what we can take an opportunity as the 45 level, which is yesterday's close, 45. Yesterday's low was 45, and that is a good support level, I would say, at the current stage. So 45, right? We're talking about 45. Okay. Now, if we look at the option chain, Novavax 45, if we sell here and buy here 40 put option. So we are selling 45 put option, buying 40 put option. And if we're looking for around more than $1.07 of credit for expiring 17th of June. See, we'll place the order. If it gets through, I'll let you know. Okay. So let's get back to our presentation then. At Magenta Trade, we base our strategies on 3 dimensions of investments: long-term capital growth, building a retirement portfolio over a long period of time, generating regular income using stocks and option trading strategies, and ensuring your capital is adequately protected against severe market downturns so that your hard-earned money is not wasted in adventure. These are some of the earnings numbers we previously discussed, so I'm not going to discuss once again. But at the same time, in terms of our trading strategy, we believe you should be confident of why you are investing, using specific criteria of entry and exit, following effective proven strategies to grow your portfolio and safeguarding your capital from the massive volatility in the market. Should always look for opportunities in the market, whether the stocks are going up, down, or sideways. Our strategies should consider all scenarios that market presents to us to explore new opportunities every day. At Magenta Trade, we teach you how to follow the simple steps to explore and invest in stocks and options, following clearly defined rules to trade management, entry, and exit. Practice the simple steps, use the available tools and resources, follow the rules so that the process becomes mechanical and efficient. Investment is a process of consistently applying the techniques that we teach on a regular basis and aim for success with perseverance and analysis. Even when the odds are against you need to follow the rules to protect yourself and maintain discipline to attain long-term results. Finally, investing is a process of continuous learning. There's no better investment than educating yourself with better strategies and techniques. At Magenta Trade, our complete focus is in educating the investors and traders so they can find new opportunities by themselves and do their best with their investments. In our options trading masterclass program, we teach you the fundamentals of option trading, factors that determine the pricing of options, and how the options help you make significant gains using small investments, and how you can protect your traditional investment in stocks and make regular income in your portfolio. We follow a step-by-step approach for entry and exit in different market conditions to explore trading opportunities. Our rule-based strategies help you to find profitable trades using simple tools and techniques. We teach you how to manage your trades on a daily basis based on developing market conditions. In order to handhold you in this learning curve, we help you with live trading sessions where we make real-life trading and show you the positions that we are trading. For more information on our courses and learning material, please visit our website www.magentatrade.com. In this watchlist program, we navigate through the market, discuss about earnings, major announcements, and market developments, and we browse through some of the stocks that we keep on adding in our watch list. Okay, so let's get started with what's happening in the market. Other than the stocks that we already discussed. Okay, so the stocks in our watch list: Advanced Auto Parts is up by 0.4%. Apple is up by 3.6% once again. Probably it has also broken the the bearish trend. Accenture is up by 4.2%. ADI, we tried to take a position yesterday. It didn't go through in our this paper trading account, but in my personal account, actually it has been executed. Okay, Akamai Technologies is up by 1.58%. Applied Materials up by 3.7%. Ambarella is up by 8.8% ahead of the earnings. Their earnings is on Monday. AMD 3.3%. Interestingly, I was looking at one of the charts. AMD has actually, how the AMD has grown over the years. Just in a few years' time, the stock has increased from the level of here $9 here. The currently stock is $102. $9 was, when was it? May 2018. Just look at that. It's just 3 years. In 3 years, the stock has got from $9 to currently it's $102. So 10 times in just 3 years. That's amazing. That's really amazing. And it has been always strong in terms of its fundamentals. So that is quite an quite an amazing stock there. So that's why it's in our watch list. And one more thing I just wanted to discuss about it is its fundamentals. Let's go back to its fundamentals. Our 1 year price target is $135, which is 32% from here. Okay, year to date, the stock is down by 29%, so there is still significant opportunity there. Amazon is up by 2.7%. Arista Network is up by 1.5%. Applovin is up by 10% today. ATVI more or less flat. Amex is up by 2.3%. Berkshire is up by 1.7%. I'm just looking for some major. Dell Technologies is up by 12.2% earlier. It was more than that. based on the strong earnings numbers. $1.84 per share, as against $1.39 per share that was expected. Revenue was $26.11 billion as against $25 billion. So let's look at some other numbers there. So the current price is $49. So the annual revenue is $5.56 billion. There. Let's look at net income, earnings per share. Let's look at the quarterly numbers. Trailing 12 months, earnings per share $7.28. So that's basic earnings per share. Diluted earnings per share is $7.06. So if you compare with that current price of $49, the price earning ratio is tremendous, which is a major boost, major financial factor. So let me statistics. Price to earning is 6.22. So that's a tremendous opportunity. Price to cash flow ratio is 3.45, and enterprise value is $51.46 billion. Return on assets is 5.12%. Return on equity is 874%. Return on invested capital is 6.63%. Gross margin is 19%. Operating margin is 5.31%. That's trailing 12 months. The current quarter. Oh, so that's current. This is the statistics, right? Yeah, so that is amazing. Inventory turnover is 16.94. So all the fundamentals are looking pretty good actually over the last quarters. And if we look at the annual basis also, they have not increased their shares by too many. I really like their numbers. Dell, I think it's not in our list, so I will add it to our list. And looks a pretty good long-term opportunity there. The dividends, how much is their dividend? Are they declaring any dividends? Okay, they are not paying any dividends. So that's another factor probably why they are able to invest so much money, and why they are not paying any dividend. Free cash flow is tremendous. 2015 it is $1.68 billion, and then 2017 it turned to $5.6 billion. She became 2009 $7.05 billion, and 2021 it was a little bit less, $7.5 billion, which is down by 19.45%. And but trailing 12 months is 7.51 billion. So that's the current annual. And the major outgoings out of that is issuance of retirement of debt, so which is pretty good. So they have been paying off a lot of debt in the last 3 years. So they have probably reduced the debt by significantly. Funds from operations have been increasing continuously. Okay, let's see, balance liabilities. They have total non-current liabilities. Yeah, they have reduced from $61.26 billion to $38.10 billion. So that is something, really great. They have reduced their non-current liability. Why is that total equity is in the negative? I'm not very sure. Because they have they paid up a lot of shares, maybe. So that's why it has reduced significantly as part of the share buyback program, probably. I need to check that. What is the shares buyback? Okay, let's look at number of shares. Okay, overview, number of shares. Do we have number of shares? Dividend, it sells 3%, but they have not given any dividend. That's interesting. I'm not sure why it is getting the data from. Let's have a quick look at their earnings report so that I can get some more details. I'm pretty much interested in this particular stock, and I want to find out more details so that we can add it to our portfolio. Dell. Dell and Technologies ended the quarter with remaining performance obligations of $42 billion, up 14% year on year. Deferred revenue of $27.4 billion, and cash and investment of $8.5 billion. So total net revenue increased by 16%. Operating income increased by 57% from $987 million to $1.5 billion. Net income from continuing operations increased from $659 million to $1.069 billion, which is a 62% increase. Non-GAAP income increased from $1.055 billion to $1.434 billion. And let's see. The stock is up by 12% today, but still, I think it's still the fundamental numbers look very good for this company. Let me have a look about their buyback. They have not mentioned about the buyback, but I'm sure they have some numbers there. Okay, probably I need to come back with that. Common stock repurchase. Okay, where is repurchase? So in the first quarter, they returned $1.75 billion to our shareholders through a combination of share repurchase and dividends. So dividends, there were some dividends paid. Not sure exactly where are those details. Repurchase of parent common stock, $1.7 billion. Repurchase of subsidiary common stock, $7 million. Dividends paid were $248 million. Okay. That stock really looks good in terms of price earning ratio, in terms of other assets and all that. Probably there was some accusation some time back, so that probably we have to find out. Okay. We'll find out more. By the way, I've been using Dell computers for a long time, and I'm pretty impressed with their product. Okay, so I'll definitely add it to our watch list. Whether I buy that, what is the 52-week high? 52 high is only 61.54. So probably we missed a bust there. But still there is 20% upside available if it goes back to the 52-week high. Okay, so we are almost coming to our end of our program today. Disney is up by 3.5%. DocuSign is up by 6.7%. Earnings is on 3rd of June. What else? Enphase is up by 5.94%. That's great as well. Facebook is 195.8% up. Google is up by 4%. So most of the stocks are up today, and Nvidia is up by 5.6% once again, and Oracle is up by 1.3%. Teladoc is up by 7.5%. Tesla is up by 7% again today. Upstart is up by 15% today. Microsoft is up by 2.36%. And Unity Software is up by 7.8%. Okay. So that's about it mostly. Thanks a lot for joining in today. And if you're looking for regular updates, please follow our social media channels in LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, subscribe to our videos in the YouTube. Thanks a lot for joining in today, and I'll come back on Monday. Thanks a lot once again, and you have a great weekend there.